All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Success Podcast. I'm here once again with a very special guest, one of my students. He has his own YouTube channel that has over 200,000 subscribers. He has made a living just out of YouTube, and I'm very happy to introduce you all to the owner of the Men's Fashion SL YouTube channel,
Thank you.
Don Kevan. Kevan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. How's it going? How's your day? All going great?
The day was amazing. I came here and you were here. So let's start the podcast. Yeah.
Fantastic. So you made your journey from Kurunegala.
Yeah.
Is that where you were born and raised?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Tell me a bit about your life in Kurunegala growing up. What was it like?
I was just a average kid growing up. School was not that exciting for me. It was just I really didn't have any interest in school stuff like a lot of people. I was just a leaf in the wind at school, going with the motion, and that's when I realized I want to change. Like right after I did my first higher level, I realized that I want to change. I don't know how. I didn't know how, but I felt like I want to change. I was tired of being the same person, kind of. So one day I was scrolling through YouTube and I came across one of these videos about self-improvement, about how to be more confident. And before that, I really didn't thought you could actually become more confident. I thought either you born with it or you're not. So self-improvement was a very foreign concept for me. And after I consumed that video, I was very impressed and intrigued about it. And I went to that channel and saw a lot of information about how to be more charismatic, how to be more attractive, how to get girls, basically, right? At that age, it was very interesting, right? So
How old were you when you started getting into this?
I think I was around 19.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, I was very intrigued and start obsessively watching these videos. And I implemented those things little by little. And after a while, my friends started noticing these changes about myself. And they were asking me, okay, how do you do this and how do you dress? Yo, I have a party this weekend. What do you think I should wear? So I started giving them advice, and for the first time of my life, I felt like I had a value to give to other people, because throughout the school years, I was just a nobody, right? I was an average kid, and after I felt like I have a value, I liked it because I can teach people, I can give out value, and I felt important, and that's when I wanted to pursue this improvement journey, and that's how I came here.
When you first started watching these content, what were the top three things that you instantly implemented that made other people look at you and go, wow, Kevan, you're making a change in your life? What would you say are the top three
I think
things?
mostly the style aspect of it, dressing better, because when you dress better, you're gonna feel more confident about yourself, and you're gonna carry yourself differently. I think that gonna get people's attention, especially if they have been known you for a long time, and you are very confident, you are dressing better. People gonna notice it quite easily.
What else? Do you also think that fitness plays a big part in
Yeah,
improving
yeah,
someone's
yeah.
confidence?
When you start working out, you get a confidence as well from that, and also your clothes are gonna fit you better, and your posture is gonna be better, and you work differently, you talk differently, so it gonna make you more attractive as well.
What about communication? How important is it that someone improves their communication skills in order to sound and be confident?
I think that's one of the most important things, right? Because for me personally, I was an introvert all my life, and even now, if I'm telling a personal story, my family members are still amazed that I'm doing something like this. I'm talking in front of the camera and being this confident, because for all they knew, I was the very quiet, introverted kid, even my friends. So I think I looked into a lot of content creation on YouTube. I studied it and I start talking like how people talk on camera, and that's confidently. So I acted that way in the beginning, and slowly by slowly it became my habit, and now I'm a confident speaker
That's
in front of the
fantastic.
camera.
So, when you first joined my classes,
Yeah,
I had no clue who you were.
Yeah.
Right. And then you shared your channel with me.
yeah,
And then I saw, whoa, this guy has 200,000 subscribers. He's already doing well. He's making a living off YouTube. And he's already a presenter.
Yeah.
So you said even by that time you were a confident
Yeah.
speaker. What made you, after building all of this success for yourself, want to improve yourself in the ability to communicate better?
I think I one a part was I was good at communicating in Sinhala, but I was not very fluent in English, and I tried to build that habit for a long time. And most of the things that my skills I have is self-taught by me. I just watch a YouTube video. I look it in the internet and learn by myself. And I try to do that with public speaking as well. In the beginning, I asked ChatGPT, okay, how can I improve my speech, this and that. I first started with talking to myself. Like when I was by myself, I just talked to myself. I thought out loud. I think that's a good technique to do. But I really didn't have an outlet to practice it. That's one of the biggest things that I struggled with, because the environment I was in didn't really support English speaking, like confidence speaking. My friends didn't speak English. My family members didn't speak English, so I had to find a way to practice it. And when I saw one of the videos on Instagram, I was like, okay, that's the thing that I need to improve. And like in your in every session of yours, you force us to speak. You give us exercises and think that uh, pushed us to talk more fluently in English. I think that helped a lot too.
Absolutely. Now, everybody starts off at zero, right? So, obviously, when you started your channel,
Yeah.
you started off at zero. What happens to a lot of people, and I have seen this personally in my life as well, when people start posting a bit of content, they don't see a big result coming in, they stop.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be after a year, after 1.5
Yeah.
years, they stop. But you have grown a channel to a massive following.
Yeah.
You have built a living out of it. But you started from zero. Can you talk a bit more about that journey? And were you consistent with your posting? Did you have challenges or pitfalls? Can you explain a bit about that story?
Yeah. So I think why a lot of people stop YouTube, especially, it's because it's very hard to gain an audience. On TikTok or Instagram, if one video goes viral, you're gonna gain followers, right? But on YouTube, it was, especially back then, people didn't really come to YouTube to like watch it regularly. They only came there to watch maybe a tutorial on something. So I a lot of YouTube channel inspired me to make self improvement content. So when I look at those channels, I saw that they had a bigger picture, like a grand picture that they created. So that's the picture that I had in my head. So even if I didn't get followers at the beginning, it didn't discourage me, because I knew, okay, I can do this. There's a lot of potential to this. So I kept on going, and it took me like an year and a half just to gain some uh, good amount of followers. Till then, I had only like 1,000 subscribers, and I just kept being consistent with it. And after a while, it paid off.
How important is it to be consistent with anything you do? Because even if you join my classes,
Yeah,
one thing I always say is you have to consistently practice
yeah,
your speaking if you want to get better.
yeah.
Have you seen this example in your life as well?
Yes, you can like even use me as an example. And if you go to my first video on YouTube, you can see how unconfident and uncomfortable I am talking in front of the camera. And right now, you can watch a recent video, you can tell how different it is. And it's not because I got older or mature, it's because I had practice. I practiced talking in front of the camera all the time. So now I'm natural at it.
Now, you're an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
You're someone that runs your own business, you work for yourself. When that happens, there's a lot of challenges that come your way. Because even in my experience, if you work for a job, guaranteed, whether you work or not or
Yeah.
whatever, your paycheck is guaranteed,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's 500 rupees or 1000 rupees, whatever it is, guaranteed you're getting that check.
Yeah.
But being an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
1 month you get 10 rupees. Next month you might get 120 rupees. Next month you're back to 10 rupees. Sometimes you get nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
How do you navigate that? What are the challenges you have faced?
uh, that's one of the biggest things that my parents told me when I was
Yeah.
telling them I'm gonna start this career. Get a job, it's safer, right? You can become engineer, go to university, become engineer, and you can get like a good salary a month. And but I had this dream that I can be more than just getting a job. So one of the challenges I had was finding opportunities to monetize my content. That was the biggest challenge at first. After I found that out, after I saw the endless possibilities, I was like, okay, I can do this. And being consistent is the number one thing you get to do.
How did you monetize your channel? Because now the way that most people know, and even in fact the way that I know right now is Google AdSense.
Yeah.
Right. What are the other ways that you can monetize a channel and make your YouTube channel into a brand?
I think first is you have to focus on building a niche audience. Whatever it is, you can uh, like for myself, I took the self improvement route. So my audience is young men who are want to change themselves. So that's a niche audience, right? First you have to build a niche audience, then think about what are the possibilities that you can monetize it, because a lot of people solely rely on AdSense, and for creators in Sri Lanka like us, there are no really AdSense money. They pay us pennies to the dollar for our AdSense stuff. So you have to find ways and think of the bigger picture. Okay, how can I? What are the things you can do? And you can easily find that out by looking at other creators who did it, like or local creators or foreign creators. You can watch them and think, okay, how this person managed to make money outside of AdSense, and you can easily find ways to do that.
Now, a lot of people, okay, now you're from the outskirts of Colombo,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people in Colombo, I would say they look at different opportunities, and I think we're a bit more Western exposed,
Yeah.
right? But when you go into the outskirts, I wouldn't say it's less, but probably not as much as Colombo.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I have seen, even in people living here, is that they constantly complain about the lack of opportunities.
Yeah.
Right? They say, I come from a bad background, so I don't have a lot of opportunities. Sometimes they say, I can't speak English, so I don't have opportunities. And they constantly stay stuck in the same mindset. In one of the recent videos I watched of yours, you spoke about a gratitude mindset, a positive mindset, and you spoke about the law of attraction and so on, how if you think positive you attract things that are positive. How important is it to think positively and look for opportunities in your life as opposed to just waiting and letting life happen to you?
I think I'm a perfect example of that, because I always had this mentality where I can do it, right? If I saw someone else do it, I'm like, okay, surely I can do that too. If I saw a Porsche or a Ferrari in Sri Lanka, I was like, okay, people can buy it here. I can too. So that's the mentality that I had. And the environment I was in, the background I come from, doesn't support a character like me to be here, right? So I had to build all this stuff by myself. I had to self-learn lot of things. I had to self-learn how to make videos. I had to self-learn how to talk in front of the camera, and even to speak better. Even I joined your course to speak better, I think. And the other thing you said was the opportunities. I think Sri Lanka is an amazing place for opportunities, and a lot of my family members are abroad, and they were telling me, okay, come over here, we can give you opportunities here. And I was like, I don't want to go anywhere else. I think Sri Lanka is one of the best places with a lot of opportunities if you really work hard, and you can get a lot of done here.
Absolutely. Do you enjoy living in Sri Lanka?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's fantastic because there's so many people that are just going abroad for the sake of it, and they complain about the lack of opportunities here.
Yeah.
They say we'll do better if we go there, we'll do better, But actually, like you correctly said, if you stay here and you figure out a path for yourself and you go all in, I think you can easily succeed.
Yeah, true, very true.
Because even if you go abroad, the thing is, a lot of people that go abroad sometimes don't have a correct idea of what they want to do.
Yeah.
And so they are not willing to go all in on anything. The thing is, it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it's Sri Lanka, Ghana, Timbuktu, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you go all in on something, I think you should be able to succeed.
Yeah, yeah. You can find opportunities everywhere.
Absolutely. So, as an entrepreneur, it's obviously not a 9 to 5 lifestyle.
Yeah.
What is your lifestyle like?
I said like I wake up at around like 8, because that's when my house is quiet. My parents go to work still, and I can get up, I look at my schedule, what to do, and if I had some videos to record, I do it. And then I go to editing and I go to the gym and I checked on my social media accounts and my websites. It sounds like I'm like very free life, but it's stressful sometimes. But don't want it any other way. Yeah,
Absolutely. It gives you a level of freedom that a job
yeah, yeah.
typically will not
Yeah.
give you, isn't it? So, what do you enjoy most about being an entrepreneur?
I think the creative part. I'm a very creative person, so that's why I'm very good at like doing content. And I think you can create whatever idea you have on your head if you look for opportunities, and if you be consistent, you can create anything.
Absolutely. Are you someone that likes to travel a lot?
Yeah.
Do you create travel type content as well?
Not yet. I was stuck at home this whole time.
Uh,
I was just creating content. Before I had even a bit of success, I was just at home. I was like locked in. I was looking at how to create videos. I was learning a lot of information about a lot of things from the internet. So uh, right now I have the ability to, but still I don't have that much time. Even if I even that I'm being entrepreneur and working for myself, it's not really, you don't have really free time because you have to work, you have to push out content every week, you have to watch the website, you have to handle customers and all this stuff.
do you ever have that fear that what if I fail? What if I don't do well in life? Do you ever get that fear?
uh, Very rarely that thought come across my head, but most of the time I'm positive. Even if the never give not ban tune that type, yeah. I'm always positive person. If even if the things are going wrong, I'm staying positive and it works out every time.
Where do you think you get that from? Is that something you built up for yourself, or are your
uh,
parents like that?
I think I had that. I don't know how, but yeah.
That's fantastic. You spoke earlier about dressing well. You said
Yeah,
that's the number one thing you can
yeah.
do to look more confident. What are some fashion tips that you can give the audience that's watching?
I think the first thing you should look at is your fit. Like if you most of the time, if we are dressing a very well fitted outfit, we're gonna look better. And other thing is going to the gym helps a lot too, because when you are toning down and when you are getting a fit body, your clothes are gonna fit you much better and they're gonna look better too. So and also color matching, you don't have to do much, just pay attention to the details, small details, and also wearing a watch, a jewelry, a bracelet. This helps a lot too.
Now, you're someone that's into perfumes as well.
Yeah,
Where did that love come about?
I think that came from like randomly. I saw one of the videos about a perfume called Larafa Camra. I think a lot of people know this. It went viral like around the beginning of 2023, and I saw that. I was like, okay, I want to try this out because that was my first perfume, and I bought it. And after I smelled it, I fell in love with perfumes because once you like got your nose on a very well made high-end perfume, you're gonna know how powerful perfumes are and how amazing they are. So I, I got caught in the trap and I started collecting perfumes, and now I have I think about 20 fragrances, yeah, in
Damn.
different types.
So, do you wear different fragrances for different occasions? How do
Yeah,
perfumes work?
I think the main types you should know is they are fresh fragrances, right? They will help you stay fresh all day. For example, if you are going to the gym, that's one of the best fragrances you can wear because it will help you stay fresh even if you are sweating, and it will project a, it will make you smell fresh with your body heat as well. And the other type are very sweet fragrances. If you are going on an evening date, or if you are doing something very intimate with people, like talking, close encounters, evening type events, sweet fragrances are good. It will help you to be more warm and inviting. And if you are doing like a professional thing, like if you are doing a board meeting or if you are having a special kind of event, like a spicy uh, woody fragrance will help you a lot to stand out from the crowd.
So, how did you learn about all this? Again, is it self learning? Did you
Yeah, yeah.
study?
I learned a lot from my YouTube videos and stuff. I looked into it. I went down the rabbit hole
Yeah.
of fragrances and learned a lot.
That's fantastic, man. Like everything you talk about, you've learned from YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there who who think that they need traditional education, like their degree, their masters, their PhD, to succeed in life. But you're an example of how you have taught everything to yourself and you have succeeded on a soul path. What advice would you give to other people who are now coming out of school but have all this technology at the tip of their hands but are not using it wisely? What would you say to those people?
I think you have to have a plan because most time people pursue the traditional education system just to pursue it, right? Like people say, get a degree. So they're just gonna spend their own money and even to go to a private universities just to get a degree without looking at the career they want to pursue and the bigger picture. So I think you don't have to uh, follow the traditional route, but you have to think about what are the things that you're good at. You have to learn skills, right? I think YouTube is one of the best things that happen to us in to our generation. So we can learn anything we want. We can build skills out of that, and we can leverage those skills to build a better life for ourselves.
Are you someone that listens to a lot of podcasts?
Yeah,
What type of
I
podcast do you
used
listen to?
to listen to them all the time. Recently, I was Joe Rogan. I was listening to Joe Rogan recently, and in recent time, that's more one thing that I remember.
Do you want to start a podcast of your own?
Yeah, yeah, in the future.
That's fantastic. What is your plan in the future for the type of content you want to do?
The type of content right now I'm focusing on vlog type content where I give out value during I during my I'm showing them my lifestyle like a day in a life of an entrepreneur, and I'm giving out advice about how to stay consistent, how to be how to build routines and focus on your work. And in the in moving forward, I want to focus on building some courses around self improvement, like how to be more confident and how to improve your dating life, those type of things.
Very interesting. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, I think I'll see myself as a very respected businessman in Sri Lanka,
That's fantastic.
entrepreneur.
What drives you to get to that? Like, why do you want to be a businessman? Is it because you purely enjoy it, or is it because you want to create an impact to society? What is the reason?
It's a mixture of a lot of things. One of the biggest things, I want to help people, especially I want to help men to improve their lives. I want to help the average guy to look better, be more confident, and to achieve his dreams, because a lot of young men are lost nowadays. So I want to help them. I even thought about it like all the time. I think about this all the time. Even if I get the chance to make money from other things, I will still be giving out advice to people and men. So I want to help out guys, and in the process, I want to build brands as well, to build a personal brand, something that I want to create a big impact on Sri Lanka, because I think we have a lot of opportunities here. So I want to change the country.
You said a lot of guys are lost nowadays. Why did you say that?
I think society tell us one thing about being a man, right? They tell us to do this, do that, but actually in reality, it's very hard for especially average guys. They are struggling with mental health issues. They are depressed because they don't know how to act. They don't know what to do. They don't know. They see all these people living better lives on social media. I think that's a big part too, and so they compare themselves to other people and they look down on themselves, and they don't know what to do, how to actually improve and become better. So I want to give them a path. Okay, this is a path that I follow to become this person. You can too. That's what I want to focus on.
Now, you said earlier that you joined our classes to improve your ability to be a better presenter. Do you want to do English content in the future?
Yeah, I'm trying to do English content as well on Instagram and TikTok. That's I did a lot of English content on Instagram, but I didn't talk that much. I just okay, here how to style this shirt. Those are the most I did, But now that I'm comfortable with my English skills, I think I'm gonna do a lot of content on Instagram.
You also said earlier that a lot of guys go through mental health issues and so on. Do you think that it is a direct result of social media that a lot of men are going through these issues? Because now I remember when I was in school, the words depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
I mean, we had never heard about these
Yeah.
words. I personally, I didn't even know what that meant.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
knew, okay, if something bad happens, I'm sad.
Mm.
But that's not going to last too long.
Yeah.
Next moment, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And usually, whatever there was going on at home or whatever there was going on anywhere else, when I come to school, I have a great time. So I know, okay, maybe when something happens, I'm sad, then I'm happy. But being depressed, being anxious, do you think all this is something that social media created, or why do you think that is?
Even for me, I didn't know like these words when I was in school. And like you said, you were happy in school, but I was the other other way around. Okay, but I digress. Uh, I think nowadays people take this as an excuse. People take mental health as an excuse. Okay, I'm depressed, I can do that. Okay, I get anxious, so I can do that. I think people label themselves very badly, and one of the biggest crises we have right now is like depression and getting help from medication for that. I think that's a very bad thing because people get addicted to like depression pills, and that really doesn't solve the issue. It just masks it. And I think I look at depression like a alarm going off in your head, like telling you, okay, something is not right, you have to fix it, whether it be uh, your own personal issue with your family and stuff, or maybe it's your health. You are your body is unhealthy, so you get depressed. And maybe you are struggling financially, because of those issues you feel depressed. Or maybe you are struggling with your dating life, you can like get seems to get a girl, so you are struggling with that. And I think those are the main issues young men are struggling with, and young men are having depression because of.
I love what you said, where you said depression is your body's way of telling you that there's a problem that needs to be
Yeah,
fixed.
yeah,
A lot of people, what they do is they think about only the problem.
yeah.
I have so many friends in my life as well who, when they're going through a problem, they only think about the problem. They never think about the solution.
Yeah,
The thing is, if you think about the solution, you can slowly build out
yeah,
of
true,
that depression.
true.
Have you ever been in such a situation in your life?
Uh, yes, I've been depressed too. And when I was young, before I really went in this self improvement journey, I was confused as well. I was a young kid right after A levels. I was like, I want to do all these things. How can I do this? Okay, okay. I want pretty girls as well, right? I want to be more confident as well. I want to be respected as well. I want to look good as well. Okay, how can I do this? Like I didn't know how to. So that's when uh, that is why I was very intrigued when I first came across self improvement content, because that was the answer for me, right? Because I want to be this person, but right now I am this person. I didn't know how to get there, so I was depressed, right? And after I really learned about self improvement and went on a path, I my depression went away, and I'm here right now. So I'm helping guys to do the same thing with their lives.
That's fantastic. Now, you spoke a lot about that you give dating advice, you give advice about girls. What's your best advice for someone that's looking for a girl and how to get one?
Uh, it's like I can give a initial one. It depends on depend on the person. If I'm thinking,
What's the most common question you get about this?
I think, does she like me or not? Okay, okay.
Okay.
This girl looking at me, like this girl like texting me sometimes,
Yeah.
but when I text, she doesn't text back. Does she
Okay.
actually like me? Like
Okay.
I tell you, if a girl likes you, you will know. Like she will show interest to you. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's one of the biggest questions I get asked. Yeah.
A lot of guys are very scared or nervous when trying to approach a girl, especially now, of course, approaching someone through social media probably not might not be that scary. But when you meet someone face to face, that's a different way altogether.
Yeah.
How would you advise someone to go and have a conversation, or what would the best way to start a conversation?
uh, to to get yourself to that point, I think you have to practice. It's just like speaking, right? If you wait for the right moment just to approach one person, you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna be nervous, right? But if you approach people all the time, even if you're not trying to get at them, just talking with them, like just starting conversation with random people will help you to build that social muscle, right? I think that's one of the first things you should do: build your social muscle. Then you can go on and just be authentic. Try to build a connection with them by talking like deep questions, not that deep in the beginning, but just icebreaker questions, and you can see if they're interested as well, and then you can move forward.
How important is communication now when it comes to a lot of guys you train, right? Even in my own personal experience, I've seen guys afraid to face interviews. They're afraid to go up to people and talk, especially when they have a big audience to speak in front of. They get nervous, shy, scared, they don't have the right words. How often do you face this problem with the people that you train? And how important do you think practicing one's communication or even joining a class like mine is important for people in general?
I think you have to find ways to practice. I think that's the best thing to do anything, to achieve anything, to especially become a good speaker. You have to practice, right? That's why I tell guys all the time, like, if you want to talk to girls, just talk to a lot of girls. Then you will be more comfortable with building good connections with them, other than just like uh, being being an interviewer, asking like, oh, what color is your what's your favorite color, what songs you listen to. Other than that, you have to talk with people and build that social muscle. And just like that with speaking, you have to talk with people to become better at it. If not, you're just gonna, if you look at only videos like I did at the beginning, you're not gonna become good at it. So you have to practice. That's one of the biggest things that helped me with your courses to speak better.
Would you recommend our class to someone else?
Yeah,
Why
of
would you
course,
recommend it?
because it forces you to speak right, rather than you are sitting down and just taking notes. It's not going to help anyone, right? Especially with your class sessions, you teach us something and immediately you give us a task to do. Immediately you push us to speak. And I think that's one of the best things to improve your English
What do you think about
and
giving
communication.
students the opportunity to come to a podcast like this? Because one of the reasons that I do this is one thing, I love getting to know new people, especially in person. You know, it's not the same as us meeting online
Yeah,
when we come and have sit down and
yeah.
have a conversation like this. But from the student's perspective, what do you think?
I think it gives them a voice to tell their experience and how important it is, and also their life story. I think a lot of people have amazing stories that from outside looking in we don't see it, but when we get into it and go deeper into them, they have good stories to tell. So I think that's important to get their side of the story as well.
For the people that are watching that want to become an entrepreneur themselves, that want to maybe do content creation themselves, what advice would you have?
uh, I think you should have a you should focus on the things you are good at and you like to do. I think that's one of the biggest things that helped me, because when I was starting out, I was really into photography and videography at that time. And also I liked fashion because I was in this self improvement journey. And another thing was I liked helping people. I saw that I have value to give to other people, so I was like, okay, I'm good at it, and I like doing it, and also I can help people. And on top of that, that's when I first found out about entrepreneurship, that you can actually become a person that build your own value. So before that, I thought the most a person like me could do is go to school, go to university, become an engineer, and maybe get a car and a house. That's it. That was the most I thought was possible for me. But when I found out about entrepreneurship, that you could actually build wealth from starting from zero, that's when okay, I want to do this. And I saw other creators, content creators, and entrepreneurs doing this. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that as a blueprint for myself, and I use this to build my career. And if I'm talking about finding a purpose, I think that's important too in life. I think it at the beginning I didn't know about this, but it automatically became my purpose because I can make money, I can help people, I can also I'm good at it, and I like doing it. So it helped me to put all this together and become the person you see here today.
Fantastic. Do you have any questions for me?
Uh, Questions I was asking, I was about to ask you, what do you do outside of teaching English to students?
So I'm the head of operations at a cybersecurity company. We do cybersecurity training courses
Okay.
to people in the US. So I run operations there. I do speech and drama training, and I also do content creation outside of this. So we actually launched a new company called 9A Solutions. I'm partnered up with someone that's running it. And what we are doing there is we took the entire O-level syllabus and we created into animated content that every student can watch.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now the student doesn't have to sit down and read books.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
can
think
watch
with
it.
the attention span a lot of students have right now, is I think that's a good.
So I love getting into new things. Now, even cybersecurity, to give you an idea, I had never done IT in my life. I didn't even do general IT for O levels.
Okay.
But when I got this opportunity, I said yes because I wanted to try out something new. And my mentality is always I'm going to try new things. If I fail, it doesn't matter because it's a story to tell.
Yeah.
So I always have a new story to tell. Even when I got into this new company, 9A Solutions, the friend who started the company was working with me at the IT company, and he told me, "Okay, I have this idea. What do we do? Do you think we can make it work? Would you be able to give me a little support?" And I said, "Forget a little support. Let's go all in because again, I wanted to have a story to tell. It's a new business, new idea, fantastic." So I love what you said in that video about having a positive attitude because I really believe in that. Because if you look for opportunities, opportunities will find you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Catholic. Are you a Catholic?
Yeah, I'm Catholic too.
So you know in the Bible it says,
Yeah.
look and you shall find.
Yes.
Knock and the door will open.
Yeah.
So even God has said,
Yes.
if you actually go and look for something, you will definitely find
I
it.
heard a really interesting outlook on this. Like, let's say you have a dog.
I have a dog.
Yeah. So if he did not like ask you for food, you're not gonna give it food, right? Like if the time comes, you will give. But during the day, if didn't come to you and bark at you and asking for food, you will not give it to you, right? And I think God works the same way. If you work hard and like you show God, okay, I'm doing this, I'm trying, I'm like asking for things, not just begging, but showing Him effort. I think He will reward you and give a lot of opportunities your way, and you to become successful.
Absolutely, because there is a saying, do your best and God will do the rest.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can't sit back and expect Him to give you
yeah,
everything. You have to work hard and show Him
absolutely.
that you are also capable and you are trying.
Yeah.
If you are trying, I think good things will always come your way.
And another thing is, what do you think from your perspective? Because you are in Colombo scene, I'm from Kurunegala, and I thought for the longest time I thought Colombo is a good place for me to get more opportunities. What do you think? In what kind of ways you think I can get opportunities over here?
There's a lot of ways you can do it. Now, for example, even what you did with me, right? You joined my class, and then that gave you a different spectrum of things. You improved yourself, you got to come on the podcast, so on and so forth. But in Colombo, you can do the same thing. You can come, you can go to different people's training programs. Now, one of the ways that I personally improved myself was again looking at the people I wanted to be like and then check to see, okay, are these guys doing different training programs? Now, for example, one person I look up to is Dhananjay Hettiarachchi. And whenever he does a program here, I try to book a ticket and I try to go. Maybe I might not get to know him personally, but at least in that conference, getting to know him, having a conversation with him, asking the questions that I want to ask, gives me a lot of learning opportunities. Furthermore, Colombo has a lot of networking events, panel discussions that you can go to. If you join a couple of these communities, you get exposed to all the people that are in the business space. And by getting to know them, you target obviously not everybody, but the people that you want to target, and you can get to know them in a big way. So I think Colombo definitely has a lot of opportunities. That is not to say that other parts don't have those opportunities, but obviously Colombo has a little bit more, I believe, than everywhere else.
Yeah, it's more saturated.
It's more saturated. A lot of things happen here, and at the end of the day, Colombo is the most central location. So it's very easy for people to organize things here and for things to happen. And I think a big business community is here, a big creator community is here. So everything is it's in this one place. And if you come here, I think you for sure should be able to do something great.
I'm trying to this year. I'm going to pull the trigger and move over here. Yeah.
Fantastic. Uprooting your life is not going to be easy, but
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a growing experience for you. That's going to be fantastic. All right, man. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
No problem at all. Guys, please follow his channel, subscribe to it, Men's Fashion SL. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video. Share this video with a friend. Comment your thoughts down below. And till our next video, keep practicing.